Good morning, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life, doing the Kitsune deck today. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread today with this Kitsune deck, the Foxfire Kitsune deck. This is the little book that comes with it. You can purchase this online. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Give me a thumbs up if you feel that this message is helpful. I'm going to go ahead and get this reading started with a blessing and prayer. And I just thank Kitsune for this energy. I just ask my angels, ascended masters, spirits, and guides to come into this reading to help me guide and be a clear channel. Oh. So. I cleanse my mind, body, and spirit of all negative energies or entities. I ask for a mind that's clear, eyes to see, ears to hear, a voice to speak truth, and a heart that's pure. I just ask for a clear message from this Kitsune deck for a spiritual message this morning on how this collective should proceed and what to focus on for this day. So I'll go ahead and give this a couple shuffles and we'll lay out the cards and we'll just see what Spirit has to share with us for a message this morning. Get me pumped up for the day. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful sunny spring day today. And then for another message after I lay out this Kitsune spread, I'm going to go ahead and I got a new deck and it's the Lightworker's Oracle. I actually used this last night and I had a pretty big purge and healing release. That was pretty intense from this Lightworker's Oracle deck. It triggered some emotions within me. It's a really beautiful deck, and the messages are kind of long in it, but it really touched my heart, and yeah, I had a pretty big emotional purge of some pain that I evidently was hanging on to that I really wasn't aware that I was hanging on to. So I'm grateful for that emotional release, although I do feel a little bit, I think, emotionally hungover today. So, you know, it's part of the healing journey. I just accept that. So I'll probably get a couple cards from that. We'll just see what Spirit has to share with us and what the intuitive nudges are for me to pull from that deck. So take a few deep breaths. One more shuffle and then I'll go ahead and lay out the cards and we'll see what Kitsune has to share with us today for a spiritual message. So the first card we'll get is the heart of the collective energy for this morning. Thank you, Kitsune, for this message this morning. Okay, to dance with joy. That is the heart of the spread this morning. To dance with joy. crossed by a time to walk alone. And find a place to withdraw to. Leave behind what is no longer you. Threshold. Thank you, Kitsune, for this message this morning. Okay. Born with a gift. Excuse me. Sunlight after darkness. The gift of connection. Foxfire. Okay. And the Garden of the Night. Okay. So thank you, Kitsune, for this message. Oh, and in the bottom of the deck, we have number 3, Tea Ceremony. So at the heart of the spread, we have to dance with joy. So that is the collective energy for this morning, is to dance with joy. So we'll go ahead and read that because that's the heart of the energy for this morning. And that is number 18. So, you are not alone, beautiful soul, although you have felt alone many times. This is the card that when this card comes to you, Seeker, you know that there will soon be others who will join you. And together there will be festivities and creations, rituals that are joyous, and a sense of no longer being alone in a world where you once felt disowned. You move, and as you move, the world notices you. Your energy draws others close to you, and they join you, attracted by the energy you radiate as you dance the truth of your existence. It is no one else's dance, and there are no laws to it, except that every step is a part of a story, and you are sharing with others. Finally, you are finally sharing with others more of who you are. There will be times when you are celebrated, when people remember what is important to you, when gifts are offered, and when friendship's hand is extended toward you. These are all coming towards you now, and all you need to do is allow yourself finally to be who you are amongst others. In this way, the people of your own soul tribe can find you, for they have taken refuge in the forest of the kitsune, and they are delighted that you too thought to hide there. And within the honesty of revealing our soul's truth, others can know us, and what was once too raw to share becomes simply the most beautiful vulnerability. The truthful, simple kind, without drama, that allows others to see their kinship to you. So that's a beautiful message for this morning, that we're not alone and we're beautiful souls. And our tribe is on the way. We're meeting up. And it's a truthful, simple kind. And yeah, facing the pain and purging and releasing and healing can be really hard, and you feel really vulnerable. And being truthful with yourself and others is difficult. But it's truthful, simple, kind, without drama, and it allows others to see their kinship to you, based in honesty, truth, and walking your truth, walking your talk, and even though it's hard at times, you're still able to dance with joy. And I'm grateful for that message today, because I was feeling a little wore out after that emotional purge last night, and it has everything to do with my child. And that's just a sensitive subject for me right now, and it's something that I'm healing, and I hope that it gets easier as it goes on. I'm sure it will, but right now it's just a little raw. So I'm sure all of you can relate to that. Yeah. Within the honesty of revealing your soul's truth, others can know us. And what was once too raw to share becomes simply the most beautiful vulnerability. And that is the truth. It's not easy to be vulnerable. But when we face that truth, we radiate the energy as we dance the dance of truth. So I'm grateful for that message, Kitsune. Sometimes we do have to walk alone on this journey, and that can feel really lonely. To feel alone, it's hard to dance with joy when you feel alone. So you have to find a safe place to withdraw to be alone, to reconnect with yourself. And that way you can discover what you need to leave behind that is no longer you. That way you can come back to self and know what you truly desire, so that you can continue to dance with joy, or even just begin to dance with joy, because maybe you haven't felt joy in a very long time. I know through my mental illness and addiction and losing everything that was important to me, I did not feel like dancing with joy at all. I didn't feel like I had any joy left. That the joy had just been sucked out of me. So in order to reconnect with myself, I had to have a time to walk alone, and I had to find a safe place to withdraw to, so that way I could leave behind what was no longer me. And I'm on the threshold of this discovery of the ability to dance with joy, because I realize now that I was born with a gift. I was born with a gift, and so were you. And this card's really pretty. You can see she's holding a little golden egg, and she's protecting it. And not everybody understands the gifts that we're born with. Not everybody believes in the gifts that we were born with. And you can feel very alone at times, and you feel that no one understands you, no one believes you, everyone thinks you're nuts and crazy. And I've just accepted that part of the journey, that not everyone's going to understand, and not everybody's going to be able to go on this adventure with me, and this tribe. And I'm okay with that now. It was hard to leave some friendships and people behind, but it was what was necessary, because they were no longer who I am. They no longer resonate as truth for me. And so that way I can tap into the sunlight after darkness, because I have been through a really dark time. The last 7 years of my life, I don't know if any of you can relate to this, have been the dark night of the soul. And through this whole experience, I've had synchronicity. I've been on some adventures that were really challenging, and not all of them were fun or felt like happy adventures. But I did learn more about myself, and I'm grateful to be able to experience the sunlight after darkness. So let's go ahead and read that one, because that is the desires and hopes and inner dreams of and wishes of this collective. Sunlight after darkness, after you've been through so many dark times, and battled mental illness and addiction and lack of understanding of what you're experiencing, and trying to understand your own gifts while being doubted by everyone that you know, can be very difficult, and you feel very dark. It's very much a difficult time to go through. The dark night of the soul, it is very lonesome and painful. Excuse me. So, after a time of challenges and hurt, there comes a time when the sweet joys of life gently begin to return. They will reveal into your life, they will steal into your life so quietly that for many the signs of this beautiful change will go unnoticed. But with the turn of this card, you now know that the time of new light will be awakening in and around you now. If you tune in, you will begin to see the signs that there is a sweetness returning, that a smile or two fleets across your lips, that you awaken more easily and greet the day with a sense that today will be kinder, better place than yesterday. You will notice others responding to you warmly, and slowly, oh so slowly, you begin to believe that perhaps there is a way forward, and that you will once again find happiness. It is too soon to speak of being exuberant or enthusiastic, but this tender, very fragile new time will grow when you tend to it, when you encourage it, and when you begin to notice that you are at last healing from the wounds life has dealt you. There will be no going back into the darkness. This is not temporary. You can trust this, and with your trust, it will gather strength and begin to take root. This sunlit time will grow brighter and become stronger as you feed it with your belief and gratitude. So do this, friend, and know that what was will do so do this, friend, and now that and know that what was will never will be again. For now you are in the time of new light. So I'm grateful for the time of new light, and it gives me the gift of new connection, which I was in desperate need of, and it helps me tap into that foxfire energy. So the Garden of the Night is the right action. So the best possible action to take given the current conditions. So as it empowers and encourages the seeker to shape their destiny and become a co-creator for the future. So the Garden of the Night, let's go ahead and read that one. That's number 20. So the Garden of the Night. There are spaces and places within the world of the Kitsune that can be found within the human world too. One of the most magical places of all is a place where we can connect with moonlight. In a world that is no longer lit brightly, but gleaming with silver, the same as it is during our waking hours, yet entirely different because of the gift of moonlight. When this card comes to you, you are being asked to look at a situation, person, or concern from a very different perspective, and to allow yourself the space to contemplate in a quiet time in solitude under the silver light of the moon. Within this space, there will be imaginative new ways to approach any difficulties, and your inventiveness and ability to dream into being a new approach will be of great help during the daylight hours, which so often belong to the world of work, of family, of others. In these in between times, guarded by moonlight, you will not only be able to solve the problem before you, but you will have time alone to rediscover aspects of your soul that cannot seem to be fully expressed at this time during the day. At night, there is another you, another part of your identity which can be explored and, in time, allowed to flourish. For you are the gardener of your own soul, and you will tend to what needs to grow within this moonlit hour, and allow it in time to come forth into the light of day and become more integrated into the everyday aspects of your world. For now, find this space and place and be illuminated by the silver light of imagination and of infinite possibility. Let your imagination, creativity, dreams, and wonder all feed into your waking life's projects. Let the moonlit and the sunlight let the moonlight and the sunlight intertwine and create magic. So that's a beautiful message for me. Let's see. 6 is the outcome. So this is born with a gift. We'll read this one. So this is what's likely to unfold if given all that's gone before. We were born with a gift. This represents the evolution for this collective, that we will tap back into our gifts and not be ashamed of them or afraid of them. Given the intention, energy, and actions brought to the situation in the present. So born with a gift 23, which adds up to a 5, which is change. If we're able to dance with joy through the changes, even though that they're hard sometimes. You, dear one, have been given something beyond price, rare, and treasured, and magical beyond compare. This is the gift of true treasure, an egg of knowledge within which is sealed thousands of memories and messages from the wise ravens. When this card comes to you, know that you are being given a gift of time to be used wisely and the gift of knowledge and wisdom to be applied, and that you are being asked to treasure this and to no longer consider your own gifts to be less than those of others. You are a keeper of the treasures, and your words and your thoughts and your energies, which you will now share with the world, are multiplying and gathering power in every moment. You have thought of yourself as small, yet you are immense in influence. You have thought of yourself as insignificant, and yet you have powers that can be shared and used for good for all time. And you have thought of yourself as unworthy, and yet you have been given the gift of the raven's treasure, and the ravens are amongst the most intelligent and wise of the flying ones. Know now that you are the caretaker of this bright gift of your life, and begin to release the treasures that you have been holding so tight. Believe in your own worthiness and begin to share what you have with others. You are prosperous, and the more that you give and share and offer, the gifts that return to you will prove to you that you are gifted with a true prosperity, a lasting wealth, and the ability to recall and remember the gifts of time. Most of all, dear one, no longer waste your time. Enter into the treasure of this gift immediately. No more hesitation. And when it comes to you, as it will, share. So share your gifts. So that's a beautiful message for us today, to dance with joy. Sometimes we have to walk alone, retreat, find a place to withdraw to, leave behind what no longer is us and no longer serves us. because after that careful contemplation and finding a place to withdraw and walking alone, we realize what our path truly is on this sacred path, and we're on the threshold because we realize and we know, we have a knowing that we were born with a gift, and we have the sunlight after darkness. And it's a beautiful gift of connection through connecting with people, a soul tribe that has gifts like we do, that are not ashamed of their gifts, and the ability to connect. And Foxfire walks with us, and during the Garden of the Night, in the moonlight. So I'm grateful for that message today. I hope that you found that helpful. I know that I did. It was a good reminder for me before I set out to go to work this morning, to reconnect with spirit and this Kitsune energy. And I'm grateful for that message today, because it helps me stay more positive and focused on my spiritual path and what I'm truly meant to do here in this world, to help inspire others and give others hope. So this is the Lightworker's Oracle deck. And it's a really beautiful deck. Alana Fairchild. I did a reading last night, and yeah, I had a really big purge. I'm going to get a couple cards from this deck. Comes with a beautiful book. The readings are just beautiful. I know that I am a light worker, and I'm grateful for that, although sometimes it's not an easy path. So yeah, the Pink Rose of Lady Nada. That's the card I drew last night that just brought me to tears. So maybe I should read that one. And then Alchemical Mutation. We'll see. We'll see if it comes out. I'll shuffle and we'll see. So the Pink Rose of Lady Nada. You can see she's got a beautiful rainbow. And then there's a rose like on her chest. It's like... this reminds me of our 3D physical self, and then this is our higher self, and the rainbow bridge from the spirit world to the physical world. So 5D to 3D, or however you want to label it. So thank you for this message, Lightworker Oracle. There she is again. Karmic Clearing, Sixth Ray of Devotion. Divine Grace, the Law of Efficiency, and the Sixth Ray of Devotion. Family of Light. Ding! So I'm connecting with my family of light through facing my fears, doing YouTube videos, even though I really don't like to having my picture taken and I don't really like to be on camera. I'm facing my fears of being seen. Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. Yeah. I really doubted myself many times on this journey. And I think the best advice or, grounding. To stay grounded, Divine Feminine. I doubted myself on this journey and my gifts. If I could go back, and there she is again. Every time I split this deck, Divine Feminine. So I'm helping connect with Divine Feminines to, unplug from mass consciousness. Yep, there she is again. I just split the deck. The Divine Feminine keeps popping up her head. So don't lose hope, Divine Feminine. I know it's hard. It's the reassurance of the golden light. Unplugged from mass consciousness. Yeah, Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge. Yep. Going through Ascension with the Rainbow Bridge and unplugging from mass consciousness. So, okay, thank you, Lightworker Oracle deck. Let's just see what we get here. These are beautiful cards, and it's a beautiful book. Elena Fairchild, Lightworker Oracle, and it comes with a guidebook. I highly suggest this deck if you're looking for a Lightworker Oracle deck. I'm just going to get one card from here, and I got to finish getting ready for work. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please hit that like button so these messages can get out. Yeah. Okay, so we got two. Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. That's a really beautiful card. It's an angel coming through a gateway, a threshold. The first ray of power. So we have 1 and 28. Excuse me. We'll read 28 or part of 28. These are beautiful cards. Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. Part of your divine purpose is to develop the power of your mind and use it for healing purposes. If you change your mind, you can change the world. Guidance and healing inspiration can come to you daily, helping improve your own life and the lives of others. Healing and opening the mind to new realities and possibilities are the gifts of Ascended Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. The mind of a light worker needs spiritual light, information, understanding, and wisdom. In the same way that human bodies need food, water, and clean air, the hunger for wisdom can push you to seek knowledge, and this can be a healthy impulse. However, if you love knowledge so much that you keep seeking without taking time to digest, integrate, and apply what you have learned, you may end up confused or mentally exhausted. If you are forgetful, stressed,